Sarvesham swastirбhavatu, Sarvesham shantirbhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Now, if you reflect daily with reference to the burning desire that is our topic, even today. So, what happens? It moves our desire from personal benefit to universal well being. That takes lot of time, sometimes years, and sometimes the mind is not ready to accept it fully. And if it is, as long as it does not accept, your Mangalacharan is not complete. May all be well, peaceful, fulfilled, auspicious. So what happens? You do it daily without fail, even during your working hours in relationship mentally. It stretches your heart beyond me and my problems. Then what happens? A bigger heart. Only a bigger heart holds a burning desire for awakening. Are you understanding? I'm linking some of these subtle secret principles of Eastern wisdom. It reminds you daily where real fulfillment lives. It reminds you daily. So if the wholeness is wished for all, it cannot depend on any event or object. You see? So indirectly your mind continues to change. So what is the end point of the burning desire? Desire slowly shifts from, let me give you an example. Desire slowly shifts from I want better waves to I want to know the ocean that is already full. Do you see that meaning of this? It trains you to trust. Trust. I talked about it. Faith, belief, and the trust. One of the six treasures. It trains you to trust real self more than circumstances, events. Each happiness. First, one time you say happiness, peace, completeness is like telling the mind, return to the witness. Peace is here. Look again. It makes peace your commitment, happiness your commitment, not your hobby. Pay attention, may there be happiness for all. You cannot happily keep feeding restlessness inside. You know what happens? In the beginning, when we do, the second part of the mind that lives deep inside continues to be restless, and we say outside, oh, may there be happiness for all. So it takes time. It takes time. Regular practice. And I gave you an example of a train. You are sitting in a train and you're moving. You're running to reach to the front so that you will feel that I will finally be at peace. You can open your eyes. You can find out, oh, I'll be on the top of the world when I keep on running. Not possible. And the truth is very simple and brutal. The train was always running, you are always being carried. That running was optional. but our running is mandatory for our life. Running is mandatory for our life. That is the reason we have anxiety and duality and a conflict and stress. What we are exploring, the burning desire for awakening. Because without it, Eastern wisdom becomes simply an entertainment. That is why many people left, not because of me, not because of these principles, but because of their own mind. Think a burning desire still there, burning inside you. Your mind sticks to the permanent address of happiness. How can you have anxiety? How can you have anxiety? How can you have duality and a conflict? How can you have it? How can you have it? Think of it. So every time, whenever you have anxiety, duality, and a conflict, remember the train, I am sitting in a train. What is that train? Train is the life. The life continues. You are sleeping, life continues. You married, life continues. You divorced, life continues. See that? You have $1 million, life continues. You lost it, life continues. So before we go further, we all have to share what we did since the last session. Let us start with Stephen.
Thank you, sir. Um, Everything's just been good. I'm focused on this burning desire. I'm focused in on the peace and happiness. I know what it feels like, and what I've reflected over the weekend about the peace and happiness is that um, it's not the duality. It's not all the stuff that used to bother me. It's actually now me seeing myself getting off my center and out of balance because of a disruption to my peace and happiness. And once I recognized that, I started really understanding what the play and the fun was. And it's a reality. It's going to happen because I can't control everybody else. But again, it goes back to how I respond to it. So I really took a step back and watched, and every time something came at me, I just laughed at it. And I was like, okay, I'm not letting this bother me. And as I shared with this group, again, my daughter had a flat tire in her car, and for the fourth time in 6 weeks, her
Yes,
car
yes,
was on a
yes.
tow truck. And when she called me Saturday night, I started laughing, and I was like, okay, we need to have a conversation, but I will come help you. We will get this taken care of again. Go, but 4 times on a tow truck in 6 weeks, we might need to have driving lessons again. And it was just, I turned it into something being very funny rather than it being something serious. And it really, reflecting back to that is what made me realize that I've just got to laugh at everything that comes at me, and peace and happiness is always here. So
Beautiful. Beautiful. You see, we all have flat tires in our life. That is what anxiety and restlessness and duality is there. It means I'm running in the train to reach to the destination. That is beautiful. By the way, I think you talked about flat tires even a year ago. You have to buy her a new car. David and Jerry.
Thank you. So, just the practice has been very prevalent in my moment by moment life. And again, typically Sunday nights, when I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, the mind is going because I got a week ahead, I got a plan. And so that's the biggest test for me, I find, during the week. And I just, came back to bed and I just did Mangalancharan and I just like separated away and fell back asleep and had a very restful sleep. And I think to Stephen's point too, the using sort of levity in those conversations really helps not only me, but also I think Allison, Stephen's daughter, receive it differently perhaps. And I've
Yes,
noticed that. So that's my observation. Thank you.
yes, yes. When you are right, you are moving in a right direction, it influences the circumstances and the events and the people and the relations outside. So it exerts its influence. Yes, that is beautiful. Beautiful. How are you, Jay?
Sir, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's been really constant, and feel that desire to just be settled in the essence, my essence, and when disturbances come, some of them may be not so simple to laugh at sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they're sad or they're painful or whatever they might be. And those are the times where the mind, I find, just has to remind itself more than not where the happiness is, and where the peace is, and when we bring that to those really challenging times, it's more peaceful. It's just makes it better. It doesn't, because life's difficult sometimes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you are right. You know, that is where we need to be consistent, regular. We should have a burning desire for awakening. Now you see, burning desire for money outside, burning desire for marriage outside, burning desire for anything outside. It demands something else. Now you say burning desire for awakening. What? Awakening. Awakening to what? That I am happiness, that I am peace, that I am love, that I am the wisdom. So, in between these two statements, we have millions of impressions of the past. They are buried deep inside. So, that reflects in painful circumstances. But gradually, as we continue the journey, it becomes lighter and lighter. Lighter and lighter. We have more than 1,000 examples of the burning desire in spite of extreme pain. We will talk about it. Yes, Dennis.
My honey and I were talking just yesterday, and somehow she said something about my parents, and my ego decided that she was not respectful enough towards my parents. So my mind immediately started spinning these crazy thoughts, like, why is she saying this? Like, I'm always respectful about her parents. Why is she not respectful about mine, and so on. And then I noticed that I'm not comfortable inside. And the next moment, I realized that these thoughts are the cause of my discomfort. So I started discerning and analyzing, and I realized that the problem is my attachment to my parents, because didn't really say anything terrible, and should she say the same thing about any other person, I probably wouldn't even notice. But the fact that it was about my parents, to whom I was attached or I am attached, uh, triggered the reaction inside. And as soon as my mind fully understood the cause, the reaction dissolved, and it took just a few seconds, I think. It was all the process that was happening inside, and I don't think she even noticed it. She would just continue talking.
Beautiful. You see, these are, everyone, but specifically a very deep example of your personal relationship that it changes as David was saying, that even your relationship changes. It's a beautiful example. I have to contemplate and reflect. You see that where me and mine is there, there is always a problem. My parents, my house. How dare you say my house? My honey, etc., etc. You see, they block your burning desire, and one of the major blockages of not having a burning desire because of these impressions. My and mine has been borrowed since our childhood. Yes, Samir. Samir always log in with his wife name. So he loves too much, So, okay.
Sir, 3 4 days back, I met some old friends, very old friends, means friends of my school days, and 2 3 friends know they progressed a lot. Means they became very rich and successful businessman. So as I was sitting with them, we were 5 6 people, 7 8 people. 3 4 were didn't do well in their life. 2 3 people did well. So my mind started comparing with them, and soon jealousy erupted in my mind.
Beautiful.
So it means I just for 5 7 10 minutes it kept my mind engaged that they have become a lot. I didn't progress as much as they did, but I recovered very quickly.
Beautiful.
This is I think, and I became as my mind was little disturbed, but the recovery was very quick. But before it was used to happen, then it will take a lot of time to recover. But as soon as I heard, but still also there is like these things happen.
Beautiful.
It compares, jealousy is also there, and they have become more. So I thought one thing, that I am giving value to money and progress. That's why I am losing trust. You told the word trust in the beginning, no?
Yeah.
So it came into my mind that I am losing trust, that where is peace, where is happiness?
Yes.
I am still thinking that peace and happiness is in money, and that's why I am going that side.
Beautiful. You see, that is how we change. And we change instantly. But this instant change comes with a lot of practices, years of your contemplation and reflection. You see, it's not one day. You can go to the Google, 1 minute of meditation, 1 minute of mindfulness, 5 minutes of awakening. No, you only become aware. Oh, you become aware of the jealousy is burning inside. That very awareness helps you to get rid of it. You see, our journey is becoming successful as you all started giving your personal examples and you narrate your experiences. One of the most beautiful things that he said, your recovery from the stress and anxiety and the jealousy is very fast because knowledge is there. Discernment is there. Discernment is there. Yes, Christina, how about you? Christina Rago, okay.
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 Thank you. I think I've become very aware the last few days of practicing of the reaction to not accepting just what happens, and this shouldn't be happening. There shouldn't be problems. Shouldn't have all the shoulds. And so I think as much as I fully aware of that almost in my reasonable mind. It's like the emotion mind, the ego, has a hard time letting go of that, but I've been really able to see that clearly.
Good, good. When you see it clearly, the anxiety is gone, reaction is gone. That we have to reach to that state. Very good. Another Christina. We have two more people in then, yeah.
I have realized through the last couple days, I had seen a sign at a yoga studio and it said, just show up. And that really stood out to me because what we've been talking about with the burning desire and the consistency of doing such throughout each and every day. And when troubles arise and even when they're not arisen, just to be in that peace and just show up. And so throughout the last couple days, I have shown up as a partner, as a friend, as a daughter, and I've used that time to practice being in peace. And, nothing negative has happened, luckily, thank goodness, but it was just showing. And my friend actually mentioned, she's like, Christina, you just seem so
calm,
blissful.
wow, beautiful.
And so I was like, I'm practicing. This is me practicing.
Yes.
Every day.
It has not happened due to the luck. It happened because of the Eastern wisdom. You are applying these principles of Eastern wisdom in your life. Beautiful. You see how everyone is sharing. You come out with your personal experiences. This is what happened. Oh, the heart was constricted, anxiety, and it is gone. You understand it, you reflect on it, it is gone. How are you, Terry?
I'm working on the faith that things are just going to get done. And I try to do it one thing every day.
Good.
And some days I do two things.
Good.
And I have to just, I hope that is enough.
Yeah. Whenever I have an anxiety, duality, and a conflict, I said, where is Sama? Oh, it is the inner wealth. Where is Dhamma? It is the inner wealth. Oh. So I just put another question to your mind. Whenever you have reaction, anxiety, oh, where are these six treasures? They are my inner wealth. They are not outer. They are always available. And then you start reflecting on it. You will find your anxiety is gone, your stress is gone. How are you, Vaibhav?
Thank you, sir. So last couple of days was fine. Like in general, like whenever your mind about to react, it's an instant at that time. It also comes that by my reaction, nothing will going to get solved. So I should not react this way. Let me be calm. And after that, it was like things will happen and then it will go. So it was very calm and then.
Beautiful. One thing that you all have shared your personal experiences applying the Eastern wisdom. Say, for example, Dennis with his partner. Now, if you have that problem, so it is better to reflect and listen to others so that you can apply the same whenever the situation arises. Like Samir, oh, I had the jealousy and the jealousy is gone. I recovered very fast. One more thing coming to that, how you live. We have been talking about this, how you live daily. Do you have any anxiety reaction problem, conflict, and how did you solve? In the background, you remember how you can solve it. You remember Mangalacharan and mantra, listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, practice and experience, applying daily wisdom in life, and analyze daily in the evening, It looks very long, but it takes 5 to 10 minutes. Just remember all these steps. Mangalacharan, resting and learning, contemplation and reflection, practice and experience, applying wisdom, daily analysis. Then check, did I change my attitude, behavior, and conduct? And they will take you to the higher consciousness. We now come to the burning desire. Stop. We have been talking about the train. I have been talking about you are on a fast train and hurtling across the country. You start sprinting from coach to coach, sweating. That is our anxiety. That is our clutching your water bottle, thinking if I just reach the front of the train, then I will finally arrive faster and feel safe. Think of this. Just imagine all your anxiety is you're running faster in life. And the life is running on its own pace. It will continue to run on its pace. Do whatever you want to do. Whether you are 20 years old or whether you are 90 years old, and still the life is running on its own pace. So when you, and then life is running on my pace, and then you say, oh, why I'm running? How come? What will happen if I become a multitasker? Can my life be extended? If I perform 10 activities, burning desire. Another point that is very important, and then because today is the day for a longer practice, burning desire is not equal to hyper excitement. I'm giving an American version, and other friends should understand also, because everything is copied from America. The burning desire for awakening is not a hyper excitement, it is a steady inner conviction. Are you understanding? It is an inner conviction. Nothing outside can give me the peace I am truly looking for. It is not shouting, I want enlightenment. It is not shouting. And then abandoning it for a slow Wi-Fi, junk food, or next drama. What did I say? You have a hyper excitement for awakening, and once the excitement comes down, you have a slow Wi-Fi, junk food, next drama, jealousy, anxiety, duality, and a conflict. This is nothing to do with the burning desire. When desire is scattered, now I'm explaining. When desire is scattered, your mind keeps wandering, job to job, partner to partner, project to project, friend to friend, dragging anxiety, comparison, exhaustion behind it. A quiet, focused desire acts like an inner GPS. You may still work, love, earn, play your role, but you stop putting your entire self-worth in each situation. Each situation. Jealousy, anger, anxiety. No, I need not to put it. So first thing you have to understand clearly, burning desire is not equal to hyper excitement. It is a steady inner conviction supported by the 6 treasures, led to a state of dispassion with the things that causes the anxiety, done by the process of discernment. We are doing 4-fold practices to become a great seeker for awakening. Future happiness is a stress scam. Just think, it is a scam. I will be happy. If I get this degree, job, relationship, salary, then I will be happy. Every action is driven by some promise of future happiness. It is not. It is a scam. And this script has been nurtured, nourished by our parents, by our family, by education, by the society. This script keeps you in permanent, what I want to say, not permanent peace and happiness. This script, if I do this, I will be happy. This script keeps you in permanent, quote unquote, not enough yet mode. Do you understand? Quote unquote, not enough yet mode. That mode is causing you the anxiety, reaction, jealousy. It is not other person. It is not the situation. It is inside me. And as long as this not enough yet mode is there, you cannot have a burning desire. School stress for job happiness, job stress for relationship happiness, relationship stress for next fantasy. You keep moving the goalpost. Your nervous system never gets a day off. Your nervous system never gets a day off. You keep moving the goalpost. Where did I secretly park my happiness this time? I have to ask myself again and again. Where did I secretly park my happiness this time? If this answer is outside, you already know the answer. Outside, it's a future happiness. Future happiness. Stop running the train. Life is already moving. Stop running the train. The life is already moving. Do you see the life is already, it will continue to me. We have no chance to change it. But because of the mind, deluded thoughts takes over, and I say, I can control it. That is the problem. And that is why I said, are you running inside the train in panic? That is the problem. So you have to recognize, spot your future happiness script. You spot the future happiness script. One more. I will talk for 2 minutes and then we'll go for the practice. Yeah, just think your mind is like a marketing agency, constantly running ads. What are these ads? The next product. What is the next product? The job, partner. Oh, my daughter had a flat tire. Let me run there. My partner is criticizing my parents, etc. My friends are jealous. I'm jealous of my friends. You see? Mind is like a marketing agency. This is the next product. Job, partner, house, retreat. So my mind says the next product will finally fix my life. Not possible. Not possible. It had never been possible. And if it is possible, give me that example. I will follow you. From school days onward, we were trained, stress now for happiness later. My parents said, oh, sorry, don't play. School stress for future success. College stress for job happiness. Job stress for relationship happiness. If I don't get a job, I cannot get married, What will happen to me? You see that? Job stress for relationship happiness. Relationship stress for next fantasy. The ad keeps playing. How many employees you take care, Christina Rago? 50? Yeah, 50. Yeah, you told me 50. The ad keeps playing. Maybe 60 next time, maybe 100. One more upgrade, and then you can relax. Meanwhile, the nervous system is like, bro, I would just like a Tuesday. Nervous system says, I like it 1 day off, but you are not off. Why? Your mind is still playing. Mind is still playing that script. And because mind is playing that script, you cannot have the inner steadiness. You cannot have. If you look honestly, your life can feel like an endless, quote unquote, skip ad button that never works. That never works. How many times subconsciously, habitually, our mind says every day, be honest, be honest. Once I get this, then I will finally be okay. That is the cause of our anxiety, problem, reaction, duality, conflict. How did that belief make me act? Now, first, once I get this, I will be finally okay. And how did that belief make me act? No action, it's a reaction. Anxiety and overwhelm and stress, and jealousy and hatred and duality and a conflict. Do you understand that? That is the problem. And that is why Master says you should have a burning desire. It is an inner steady flame. It is an inner steady flame. Look at the beauty of this journey of the Eastern way. Step by step, it helps you to clear your mind. Close your eyes. Let us start our journey. The stage number 1, from default mind to a discerning intellect. We awaken to a discerning intellect. Why we say awaken? It is already there. Discernment is the power of the intellect. Intellect is with me. So place, position, and posture. Place, position, and posture. Remembering. You are simply remembering, and during the remembering, you are adjusting and aligning place, power, and position done. Place, position, and posture. Then you move the mind from the top of the head to the toes. And you see, it is the knowledge that drives you and dissolves the anxiety present in the body. Mind moves from the top of the head to the toes, and you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You change the channel within. You understand? You already have shared that experiences. So I'm using the one phrase. You change the channel. So sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And the third step is being carefree. Oh, so yes, I start watching. If there is an anxiety, yes, it is a thought of the anxiety. It is not me. It is a thought of the jealousy. It is not me. It is the thought of an ego, not me. Oh, you see that? My mind is not flat. It's a daughter's car is flat. You see, you objectively. That is being carefree. Observer and observed. The more you start applying these steps in your daily living, I need not to say anything. You will understand what is going to happen. And then we just have a glimpse of it. You have done the 3 steps. 4th step, I would say, the glimpses of the 6 treasures. They live in me. It is not that I will practice day after day. They all live in me. Sama, inner calm, external calm, withdrawal of the needless noise, that is uparama. Endurance. I will maintain my endurance. Sometimes what happens? The mind continues to have a jealousy and a reaction. And you say to the mind, I will continue titiksha, I will continue the endurance and resilience. Mind, I won't allow you to uh, manifest yourself. I see that you are different, you are separate from me. And then comes the trust in the samadhana. That is, you have to notice. Before awakening, we have to notice that they work. They are working for me. And then in that moment comes Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. From me-centric to all. Take your mind to that awareness. What is that? That cognition, that cognitive understanding. In modern psychology, they talk a lot about using these words. I'm also using. It can be your friend. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. You are overwhelmed because your mind says my address of the peace is within me. Here overwhelmed is positive. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Wholeness. In wholeness, there is only one. There is no me and mine. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, auspiciousness for all. You should, anytime, anywhere. As many people have started say, oh, you should do practice during the after, or even when the mind is free from one activity, you say, mind, did you remember Mangalacharana? And you do it. You will see. And then we are more or less doing as if the knowledge, contemplative meditation in the first stage. Why contemplative? Because we want to awaken to the discerning intellect. So the first neighbor is the outermost neighbor. What is this? We are asking the mind to know real self and the false self. The false self is the six neighbors. So we apply the discernment. The first neighbor is out. So you have to remember any thought pertaining to the external world outside. That is our first neighbor from outside. I'm not this first neighbor. Neighbor means I'm not me. It is not me. Second neighbor is the body. Become aware of the entire body. Experience that sensation in the body, comfort and steadiness. And the third neighbor is the energy. Sometimes we feel, freshness at one part of the body, then the second, and sensation. It is all because of this energy. The third neighbor is also not me. We have to go deeper into these six neighbors later. And the fourth neighbor is the mind. Just check, is there any conflict and duality and a conflict, either because of your own events outside or because what I am saying, sometimes your mind also enters into the conflict of the statements and the phrases which the teacher says. So you just become aware, okay, it's okay. It's the nature of the mind. The fifth neighbor is the intellect and the ego. And the sixth neighbor is the ignorance. And beyond and behind, just pay attention. Beyond and behind, these two words. We have to use the same language. Language is linear. But what we are discovering is the multidimensional. So beyond, behind, and transcending the sixth neighbor, we can find the real self. That is the objective of the meditation. And now we move to the second stage. Be aware of the breath. Now you see that in our practice, when we are aware of the breath, we have 3 points attention. We are aware of the flow of the breath, the movement of the breath going in and out. We are aware of the sensation of the breath going in and out, and we are attentive that we are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. We are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. When you do on your own, even you spend more time on this second stage, first step, that is the flow of the breath. You know what will happen one day? You have spent almost 5 to 7 minutes. Sometimes we have to spend 10 minutes in the stage one. You need not to spend 10 minutes on the stage one. You simply become aware, three-pointed awareness of the breath, and you experience everything. Oh, that is how it works. That is the meaning of advanced meditation. It is not that you change the step. That is in the material world. And then now we look at what you look at the belly button deep inside, and you start breathing long, deep in the hissing breath into your belly. Start long, deep in the hissing breath into your belly. Continue breathing. It should be with a hissing sound. Obviously, hissing sound long, deep. And we also did understand that when you inhale, the belly goes out. When you exhale, the belly squeezes inside. That means long, deep in the hissing breath. Long, deep in the hissing breath. Please continue. Long, deep, and the hissing breath continues in the state of sensation, comfort, steadiness, place, position, posture, and with full awareness that I'm none of these six neighbors. You know what happens when you're aware that you're none of these six neighbors? It is the six neighbors doing the breathing. But when you are not these six neighbors, it means you are not doing anything. You are not a doer in the. Oh, when you are not the doer, then what? Gradually that stage will come. I'm just giving you a glimpse of it. You will know, though, it is being done by the nature. It is done. I'm not the doer. Where the I thought lives in the intellect. Am I the intellect? No, how can I be the doer? With that, in that state, you enjoy the freedom. The first glance of a freedom. Oh, this is what our masters have been talking about. Continue long, deep in the hissing breath. Do not stop. When you stop, it is the mind, lack of these six neighbors, overwhelmed with attachment, duality, some sort of conflict within. That is the problem. That is what we are trying to remove. And now stop it, return to the normal breathing pattern, three-pointed awareness. Breath is going in and out. You also check if the breath flow, the flow of the breath is equal, if it is good. In both the cases, both are good. We are aware of the flow of the breath, sensation, and no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So when you return to that, it means you are checking you're not running in the train. You instantly return to that poise, and in that poise you start breathing deep, silent, and slow. As you inhale deeply, move your mind from the top center of the head to the spine, to the tailbone, singing mentally Om Shanti. While breathing out, your mind moves from the tailbone of the spine, rising up, reaching to the center of the head. Om Shanti. Nyas, we are doing it. Continue doing the nyas, please. It is silent breathing, it is long, deep, and the silent breathing. Now return again to the normal breathing pattern. Check the flow of the breath. It is not disturbed. It means obviously you're not running into the train. You see here how I link these metaphors practically, pragmatically. So it is the wisdom that is required. So now you are watching the flow of the breath, feeling the sensation, no change, and there you add one more. You drop Om Shanti on each track of the breath, going in and out. Okay. So it's a smooth transition. Now it's a smooth transition to the stage 3. Even the last step of Nyasa should be placed under the stage 3, but it has some activity, means the deep silent slow breathing. So that is why I put it into the second stage. Third stage, more or less very, very passive. Now see that state of passivity kills us because it may lead us to laziness, it may lead us to delusion and hallucinations. And that is why we had the second stage where we do the breathing practices and we raise our energy level, we raise our awareness. At present, you are dropping Om Shanti on the breath that is moving in and out. Om Shanti, Om Shanti. You see, my friends, in the beginning or during the practice, your mind will recognize the Om Shanti like a background noise. Then it means the mind is not deeper. Or when it has started to feel like a bass note. Oh, Om Shanti, okay. Om Shanti, I'm cheerful, I'm happy. I can continue forever. That is your bass note. So that is how you progress deeper. We will continue to understand this. Now is the time to drop Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers, the static one. Dropping Om Shanti on each segments of the fingers, means 16 segments, leaving aside your thumb. So slowly we are moving towards, we are exposing the mind of its role as a doer, doing, and done. The three aspects of the mind. That is causing the delusion. So we are just trying dissolving. And that leads us to the fourth stage. At present, you are dropping Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers. You're doing, very step by step progression. And now move the mind inside the heart. Visualize the triangle of any color, equilateral triangle pointing upward. Moving the mind on each side of the triangle, rubbing Om Shanti one time clockwise, other time anti-clockwise. Rubbing Om Shanti on all the three sides, clockwise, anti-clockwise movement, and you may find it is sinking beautifully. And now is the time to transition to the stage 4. Push the mind deep inside the cave of your heart, singing mentally Om. Mind seems to stop, you drop Shanti, and then you stop doing everything. You're not doing anything. You enter into a state of self absorption, semblance of absorption. You're being the sky, not just watching the clouds. It is not sleep, it is not dullness, it is clear, object free presence. Did I say object free presence? What is this object free presence? It just came to my mind. Object free presence means I am aware or I experience, I am aware when nothing in particular is being noticed. Nothing is particular is noticed, and I'm simply aware. Is it pure awareness? We'll talk about it. We will. Do I feel I'm aware even when nothing in particular is being noticed? Nothing is noticed in particular. No thoughts and feelings, they're too far. I'm absorbed here. And we also did discuss about the visions and the colors and the images. We can see, let them come and go, lights, colors, visions, and the one who sees them. In one category, all our experiences, vision, colors, and the second, one who sees them. It is very clear. I'll chant Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can also chant with me even loudly. When you are doing it loudly, you have to inhale and then you have to say Om, and you have to inhale and then you have to say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Or you can do it mentally if you don't want to do it. But in both the cases, you have to recognize the Sama and the Dhamma in full glory. Now you understand that where I'm coming? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Because I'm demonstrating for you, so I have to say it loudly. I'm taking a deep breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We can be aware of the right hand. Be aware of the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms, total darkness, and there you have a moment of contemplation and reflection. Just check it. Are you free completely? Object-free awareness. Yes, and then you have to ask yourself what happened. You return with the light of the consciousness is still on. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. Yes, David and Jerry.
Thank you. Objective awareness, objectless awareness was very prevalent during that meditation. Very deep, very present, and very, very peaceful. Thank you.
Beautiful. You see that, just imagine objectless awareness. Anxiety is an object of the mind, objectless awareness. Jealousy is the object of the mind, objectless awareness. There the master is pointing out. Beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
Very good, thank you. Just awareness of the transitions, the body temperature, cold, light, vision. And then as it progressed, a little bit of a settling, I guess, a heaviness, and at the same time, a lightness. So, but thank you, very deep.
Yes, very deep, yeah. Yeah, now your mind is becoming aware of every stage, progressive, one by one. You move from one experience to another experience and ultimately settled. Beautiful way to explain. How are you, Dennis?
Seamless meditation, there was experience of clarity after the triangle. And after that, it was like you said, the objects and thoughts are there, but I'm not drawn to any particular one, like maintaining equal distance to each. So
yes.
Yeah, it was very peaceful. Thank you.
Yes, we will talk about it. You all are, when you share your experiences, it simply triggers my mind. You see that at present I'm focused on this session. I'm partially aware of the room and the items and the articles present in the room. It also gives you an object-free awareness, idea of an object-free awareness. It doesn't mean that every object is gone. Nothing is gone outside. I find new consciousness. Yes, Christina Rago.
Thank you. Yeah, just noticed a complete detachment from the objects and just relaxed, peaceful place. Yeah.
So there is a place in you which is completely detached. Why don't you take that detached person in your profession, in your relationship, in the world outside? Take that everywhere. Stephen, how are you?
Good, sir. Thank you. My meditation was also smooth, seamless, and I noticed I could say there were multiple levels of the meditation, but more so two distinct ones. I heard you the entire time, and I felt that most of the time I spent, I felt that I was within myself, but I could hear you, and then I was with you. So it was almost like I was up here with you, and then I was here. And when I was with you, yes, other thoughts started fleeting through, but it just, as Dennis said, they just went, they were there, recognized them, they just went on their way, and then I fell back into that other level of just being within myself. So thank you.
Beautiful. A seeker has to be very receptive to what the teacher is saying, and that is what he is saying. He is receptive at this level, but still doing all the steps. It's a beautiful way to explain it. How are you, another Christina?
I am in a very calm state, and that was very, I like that Stephen just said smooth, because that's what it felt. It just felt smooth, and I know, and I almost wanted it. I'm so used to it not being smooth and like being distracted, or the outside neighbors and the body and then all the neighbors, but it was very smooth. So I'm just very calm.
Very good. Yes. You have to go outside and just meet the neighbor and check that you remain calm. So that is your confirmation that you are going deeper. How are you, Weber?
Thank you, sir. So today's experience is like that. It is not like that I was speaking, but it is like that I'm not aware of anything in particular. I'm just doing the practice, and there's nothing else. It was all calm.
Yes. Another way to explain I'm not aware of anything particular means object. So it is basically an object free awareness. Or you can say objectless state, or objectless awareness, or object free awareness. Nothing in particular. Oh. So that is a vast, that is all pervading. We will go there. How are you, Terry?
I was aware of all the variety of parts to the experience, and then there, like the practice and the instructions, and I had a momentary vision that was sort of ridiculous. Just let it go. All these different parts. But then there were places in between where there was nothing.
Yeah.
And those were the best parts.
When we brand all the objects present in the mind as our experience ridiculous, we can instantly see what is behind. Who knows all these experiences? That knower. That is our higher consciousness. That is our real self. That is the real I. But we don't say it is ridiculous. We get attached. We get into anxiety. That is the problem.